In the digital age, online platforms have become a central space for news, discussion, and public debate. Millions of people now rely on social media and video platforms to stay informed, express opinions, and follow political developments. Recently, attention has turned to how governments regulate online content and how courts and institutions respond to digital speech. These developments raise important questions about regulation, responsibility, and freedom of expression. In this report, MicroUniqueNews explains the situation, the legal framework involved, and what it may mean for digital media, creators, and the public. The growing role of digital platforms. Over the past decade, platforms such as YouTube have transformed how information is shared. Traditional media outlets are no longer the only source of news. Independent journalists, analysts, and commentators now reach large audiences directly through online platforms. This shift has created new opportunities, faster access to information, diverse viewpoints, direct communication between creators and audiences. At the same time, it has introduced new challenges related to accuracy, responsibility, and regulation. Why governments regulate online content? Governments around the world regulate media to maintain legal order, protect institutions, and prevent harm. Digital platforms are increasingly included in these regulatory discussions. Authorities often cite reasons such as preventing misinformation, protecting national security, maintaining public order, enforcing existing laws. Online platforms operate within national legal systems, even though they are global in reach. This creates complex legal and policy questions. Recent legal developments. In recent months, court directives in Pakistan have drawn attention after authorities sought action against several online channels hosted on YouTube. The legal argument presented focused on allegations that certain online content violated existing laws related to cybercrime and public order. Courts issued notices requesting platform compliance under local regulations. These actions placed responsibility on both content creators and the platform hosting the material. The legal framework behind such actions. Pakistan's cyber and digital laws provide mechanisms for addressing online content considered unlawful under specific definitions. These laws allow authorities to investigate digital content, request removal or restriction, involve courts in enforcement. Supporters argue that such frameworks are necessary to ensure that digital spaces remain lawful and accountable. Critics, however, emphasize the importance of proportional enforcement and due process. Who is impacted by these decisions? The channels named in legal notices reportedly included journalists, political commentators, independent analysts, public interest content creators. Many of these channels had built audiences as alternative sources of commentary, particularly for political and social issues. As a result, these developments attracted public attention and discussion. Platform responsibility and compliance. Global platforms like YouTube face a complex task. They must follow local laws in each country, enforce their own community guidelines, maintain global standards of access. When legal orders are issued, platforms often notify affected creators and review compliance options within legal boundaries. This process highlights the difficult position platforms occupy between governments and users. Reactions from journalists and civil society. Journalists and civil rights groups have expressed concern about the broader impact of such actions. Their key points include digital platforms are essential for independent journalism. Broad restrictions may reduce media diversity. Clear guidelines and transparency are important. Many groups emphasize addressing specific content rather than restricting entire channels. The importance of proportional regulation. Experts often stress that effective regulation should be targeted, transparent, based on clear legal standards. Proportional regulation aims to balance law enforcement with freedom of expression, ensuring that digital spaces remain open while addressing legitimate concerns. Digital media and democracy. Digital platforms play a growing role in democratic participation. They allow public discussion, political debate, citizen engagement. At the same time, they can amplify misinformation or harmful narratives if not responsibly managed. This dual role makes regulation a sensitive and ongoing policy challenge. The global context. Pakistan is not alone in facing these issues. Many countries are revisiting digital laws to address online speech, platform accountability, cross-border information flow. Different governments have adopted different approaches, reflecting local legal traditions and political systems. Impact on content creators. For creators, these developments highlight the importance of understanding platform policies, being aware of local laws, practicing responsible content creation. Uncertainty around regulation can affect how creators approach political or social topics. Public access to information. For viewers and users, digital regulation affects what content is accessible, which voices are heard, how information circulates. Public trust in both institutions and platforms depends on fairness, transparency, and consistency, balancing security and expression. Authorities emphasize that regulation is intended to protect stability and institutions. Rights advocates emphasize that open expression is a cornerstone of democratic societies. Balancing these priorities remains an ongoing challenge requiring dialogue between governments, courts, platforms, civil society. The role of courts. Courts play a central role in interpreting laws and ensuring that enforcement aligns with legal standards. Judicial oversight is often viewed as essential for due process, legal clarity, accountability. Court decisions in digital cases can set important precedents. Looking ahead. As digital platforms continue to grow, discussions around regulation are likely to intensify. Key questions include how to protect lawful expression, how to enforce laws fairly, how platforms should respond to legal demands. These questions will shape the future of digital communication. Why this matters to citizens. Understanding digital regulation helps citizens navigate online spaces responsibly, evaluate information critically, participate constructively in public discourse. Informed users contribute to healthier digital environments. Conclusion. The regulation of online platforms reflects broader changes in how societies communicate and govern in the digital age. Legal actions involving digital content highlight the need for balance, clarity, and responsibility. At MicroUnique News, our goal is to provide clear, neutral reporting that helps viewers understand complex developments without confusion or alarm. Thank you for watching MicroUnique News.